Hey friends, it's April with AprilDawnWhite.com, here to help you build resilient faith for a messed up world. From the time that my son was 5 all through high school, he played soccer. Fall soccer, spring soccer, indoor soccer, travel soccer. Soccer all year round. Oftentimes, the night before a big game, he would eat a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of carbs, and he would carb up before a big game so that he would have the energy to really sustain and to press through and to, make the goals, make the shots, make the corner kicks for the next game. Well, I was thinking about that this week as I've been studying one of the I am statements that Jesus makes. He calls himself, I am the bread of life in John chapter 6. And he says, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry. Jesus has said this after a large crowd had been pressing in and following him around, looking for more miracles and more signs and more teachings. And he even told his disciples to feed them. But there was no town nearby, and there's not even a DoorDash delivery. And the disciples didn't even know how to feed them. And they said, how are we going to feed them? And Jesus said, you feed them. And they were arguing about how they would do it and how much money, and it would take a year's worth of wages. Andrew found the little boy's lunch, and as you probably know, 5 loaves and 2 fish turned into just enough. Because what we put in the Lord's hands, when we surrender it, when we place it in God's hands, and he blesses it, and he will multiply it. There's 2 things we can learn from the beginning of the story. One thing first is that Jesus never turns people away. And second of all is that Jesus does not operate based on our budgets, on our calculations, our timetable, and certainly he doesn't operate on our mathematical equations. God has his own formula of math. He has his own God math. 5 loaves and 2 fish multiplied times 1 blessing divided by a crowd of 5,000 people plus women and children, which were not included, equals 12 baskets of leftovers. Tell me whose math that makes sense in, right? Only God. That's God math. Jesus wanted to not only fill their physical bellies, he not only wanted to meet their physical needs, he also wanted to meet their spiritual needs. He wanted to remind them that he is a God who sees them and who cares for them. He wanted to remind them that he has eternal bread, that their ancestors might have wandered in the desert and got manna just for the day, but he is living bread, eternal bread. He wants to meet their spiritual and their physical needs too. There's a sign in my kitchen that I got from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you can read that. It says, Sunday carbs don't count. Those are the Lord's carbs, and he wants you to be happy. Well, the Lord does want you to be happy, but also he wants you to be hungry. He wants you to be thirsty for him. He wants your physical needs met, but he also wants to meet your spiritual needs. So friend, this world, in order to have resilient faith, friend, we have to carb up, because this race that we're living, this Christian life, it is a race. And Paul tells us that we have to run with perseverance. We have to press on. And the only way we can press up is to carb up. Carb up with the bread of life that is in Jesus. Until next time, my friends, don't forget to carb up. Bye.